It's time to talk about those rookie running backs. It's kind of a weird year for rookies. They are missing out on some very valuable time with their teams right now.
Because there's a pandemic, if you're not aware of that. They might not be aware of it.
They may not have watched the news. But here's the deal, too, with these running backs. All of these guys have at least one decent running back on their team that they're going to compete with. So there's no like Saquon Barkley's this year or Elliott's where they're just going to go in and instantly be 3-down backs. But there's definitely some guys that we are excited about. So we got our top 5 here that we're going to go.
And before we get into that, talking about Patreon. And the reason we started doing that is you might have noticed last year we didn't have any videos during the year. And people kind of hated on that. But quite frankly, we operated at a loss. So this year, Dustin finally listened to me because I said, look at the comments. They said, do a Patreon. Look at the comments. You guys have a Patreon. So now we finally do. It took Dustin a year off to kind of realize that. So what we're doing right now is the preseason videos. If we get those Patreon numbers up, we'll do the videos during the year. And we get it, right? You don't want to share because you're probably sharing with your friends who are in your league. So if you use us for advice, why the heck are you going to share it? So this is kind of the solution for that for us. So make me look good, make him look like an idiot.
It was a flaw in our business plan.
It was. It's a decade-long model we couldn't figure out.
Edwards-Helaire.
Losing money.
Edwards-Helaire is the first rookie running back that's going to go off most boards. Could not have landed in a better situation going to the Chiefs. This guy, he will have an instant impact at the very least in the passing game for them. You know, we'll see if it takes him a little bit of time to get a little more involved in the offense. But 55 catches last year. You know he's going to be catching the ball with the Chiefs. 5'7", 207, so not the tallest guy, but he's definitely got some bulk. Ran a 4.6 40, so not the fastest guy, but again, with what he can do out of the backfield, catching the ball on that offense, that's what everyone is getting excited about. He's currently being about the 15th running back off the board, which we think makes sense. That's about right where he should be. It's a little hefty, but the upside is certainly there.
Absolutely. We had a debate between 2 and 3, but at number 2, Mr. Taylor out of Wisconsin won out. And the reason for that is he went to the Colts. He's a 5'10", 225-pound running back. He played great on Wisconsin last year. And why I said he went out going on the Colts is because what I love about him, the Colts offensive line. It's a solid offensive line that was built to protect Andrew Luck after not protecting him for so many years. And obviously that didn't really work out, but now they got Phillip Rivers. So love the offensive line. I'm not too scared of Mac. Mac's garbage. Sorry, Mama Mac. Sorry, Marlon. Whatever. You're not good. He's not.
What do you really feel? How do you really feel about
garbage. Taylor had 20. Mac, if you ever see me in public, you can backhand me. 20. That's so scary. Thou shook. 21 touchdowns last year, so I love that about Taylor. What I don't like about him is they're already saying his pass protection isn't that great. So obviously that's scary for a 3-down back. And he's got a lot of mileage. In 3 seasons at Wisconsin, just in 3, at over 6K in rushing. So we got a lot of touches, but you're only drafting for this season. I'm not talking dynasty.
Swift with Detroit is next out of Georgia. 5'8", 212. Ran a 4.8 40. This guy, I'm actually really excited about him. Carry on. I'm not gonna crap on you as bad as Brent did with Mac. But we've seen you carry on. Like you've had some issues staying healthy, and it just I think Swift can overtake him. But I feel like he's being a little disrespected. He can be a 3-down back. He's currently being ranked as the 27th running back. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's on the Lions and they have swung and missed for running backs for like a decade. So
since Barry.
The list is so long of the running backs in fantasy that we get excited about, and then they never pan out. And I really think at this point he is experiencing the Detroit running back impact, and I think he should be at least 5 spots higher on that list. I think he does have the potential to be a solid 3-down back for them.
Yeah, do theory, man. They eventually got to hit on one. All right.
You would think.
Now we got Cam Akers for your Rams. Now, the thing about him, Gurley's gone. Henderson was supposed to be the guy, but didn't really 100% pan out, so now here comes Akers. The thing that I really think that Akers is going to be solid about, and I do think he takes us over, but to Dustin's point, without the OTAs, all of that, I don't think it's going to happen in the first couple weeks, so you just got to keep that in mind. You might have to be a little patient with him, but when he does, I think he could be very special. At Florida State last year, he averaged 5.1 a touch, and the Florida State line ain't that good. You know, some of these other guys were running behind solid offensive lines. He wasn't. He looked special. So for that reason, I think that he's the type of rookie that I want to be taking in the late middle rounds, because I want guys with that big upside that are going to help me cross the line in my fantasy championships.
And the last guy we're going to talk about, and it's hard when you get to the fifth guy and you're looking at who you have to leave off the list, but Dobbins made the most sense for us, we feel, at Ohio State. His college stats were absurd. Over 2,200 total yards last year, 23 total touchdowns. He can catch the ball, averaged over 6 yards per carry. And Baltimore loves to run the ball, so he will get some touches. But they got Ingram. They got the Gus Bus. They have Justice Hill. Like, it's just
They got Lamar.
It's too crowded for our liking, but he would make the most sense to fill that Ingram role if Ingram were to get hurt. So I think there's certainly an upside just for that reason.
And Dustin has an irrational super love, maybe not irrational, for Ingram. There's a chance he just takes over that role anyway.
I mean, that dude was a stud last year when he was...
I know, and he was good on the Saints, I too. I gotcha.
He was amazing, but I do love some Ingram. But no, he's got to be drafted as, at the very least, a very high upside handcuff to Ingram. And I think, like we've been saying, it might take him a little while to get fully involved, but he will be out on the field. So that's our rookie running backs. Check out all our other rookie videos.
And Mac, if I hit the camera, all you can do is give me a wedgie. No! I'm actually, there's zero chance, but that would be hilarious.
I would pay money to see Marlon Mack give me
If he backhanded me as hard as he could,
no,
I'm knocked out.
Atomic Wedgie, I would enjoy that.
I will give Atomic Wedgie, deal. I will fully allow you to do that.
Check out all the other stuff. Check out our Patreon. We're excited to be back, and there will be football this year. There's no way they cannot do it. They will figure it out. We will be watching football.